Hello, Marisol. How are you? I was just waiting for people to show up. Hello, ladies. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Real Tarot 3. Hello, Marisol, Karen, Melvin. Hi. How's everybody doing? I just decided to do a quick read for this girl. I was putting on some lip balm, or what I think is a balm. I don't know how much of a balm it is, but I keep one here. You know, it's that time of the year where your skin and hair and everything gets dry, and oh my god, it's a hot mess. And also static, y'all. Remember static? Oh my god, I can't stand freaking static. You know, can't open the door, can't do any of that. Keep zapping myself and my poor dog, because whenever I brush Bunny, that static builds up so much, like it's like anyway. So here we are. Courtney, hello. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I was like, nah, I don't want to do it, and then I was like, yeah, I think I'll just do it. So, you know, I decided to go ahead and do this. So give me 1 second while I get centered. Okay, so now I got that out of the way. I was just going to text somebody and say, hey, I'm live, you want to come and see? I'll just give it a minute and then we'll get started, y'all, okay? Okay, that's it. We are all set. Let me get, oh, there we go, tissue. I'm not lighting an incense right now because I'm going to start, you know, whatever, with my allergies. So I'll just do a Palo Santos for a little bit, which is the same as incense, I suppose. You know, any which way. I'll just do that for a second and just kind of clear the air, and then that'll go off really quick. All right, let's get started here. Does this thing even? Okay, dismiss. I don't know if it's even showing my, I assume y'all can see me, right? So give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me, right? Oh, thank you, Marisol. So, thank you. I'm just wearing this thing. It's a nice little blouse here. You know, it just keeps me warm. But I'm wearing shorts. Whatever, right? Okay. Let's look. You know, I almost didn't want to, Melvin. I was like, thank you for confirming. So, audio and visual is all good, right? So, I didn't, hi Kathleen. I didn't want to do it, and then I was just sitting there and I was actually going to start my meditation. I try and do meditation every day in the evening for at least an hour and a half, and I was going to start my meditation, and then I was like, you know what, let me just get up and do it. So Okay, let's take a look. Hannah Kobayashi. Okay, so really quick, I did, the usual how I do a little bit of astrology, numerology, etc. for her. I don't know why this thing is being so short right now. Anyway, let's leave it. So, it's not doing it. The third house, the fourth house, and the sixth house are very active for her, right? So third house and fourth house for her. I also did a quick numerology thing for her dad. Now I have her as like, ow, darn it. I hurt my leg just now. I have her as being 30 years old, right? And I did get her date of birth just now on the internet. I don't know how far it's true, but we'll just go with the 30 years. So for her, the third house and fourth house are very active. And for the father, Ryan Kobayashi, the sixth house is very active. So let's just do for her. So third house, what is the third house? It talks about your profession. It talks about short travels. It talks about immediate environment. It talks about communication, writing. It talks about younger brothers and sisters, younger siblings, mental inclinations or your state of mind, mental inclinations, let's put it that way. And it also does talk about your neighbors, right? How you communicate, your immediate environment, people who are close to you physically, in terms of, what I mean, proximity is the right word. And what is the fourth house? Fourth house does talk about emotions. It talks about affairs. It talks about the mother. It talks about conveyances. The fourth house also talks about your happiness, your prosperity, your mind, right? Friendships, relatives, your fundamental needs, your cultural leanings, etc. So, let's take it from there and go and see what comes off this. I think this is going to be a pretty interesting case. So, Angie says hello. Okay. Hannah Kobayashi. Okay. We have Aries pop up here. We have fire, and then we have one more, Jupiter. Interesting. All the fire energy is popping up. Hang on one second. It's not, why isn't this thing even showing up here? Okay, we will not worry about that. There we go. And we got one more over here, which is Virgo. All right. Set this aside. Very interesting. Her emotions, y'all. Her mental state, her emotions. So we have the Hangman, these cards. We have the Empress. We have the Pope. We have what you call the Tower and the Chariot card. So let me just settle down the cards really quick. Okay, so she was born on December, right? So let's say December, and if you go Aries, December 24th. Hang on one second, December. So she is Capricorn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth house is Aries. So her state of mind at the moment is kind of butting heads, right? Her state of mind, her mental state is kind of, there's a tug of war, there's a mental, emotional, I'm not going to use the word warfare, but differences with another very prominent individual, and this is a male, and for some reason, and Aries is a fourth house too, and Aries is ruled by Mars, correct? So think about all the fiery, fierce energy. So in the tarot, this could also signify mental, physical warfare, tug of war, difference of opinion, not seeing eye to eye, butting heads, literally with an individual. But here I see that she has kept that particular individual who she has butted heads with on hold on the one side. But on the other side, I also see that there is another individual who, I would say much younger than her, who, I'm sorry, not much younger than her, much younger than her father, because in this case you can say she's butting heads with her father. But on the other side, Aries being the baby of the zodiac, I'm going to say age-wise, this is another younger person, her peer, you could say, that she is almost mentally manipulated in such a way, and kept in a state of how shall I say, state of limbo. There's uncertainty, there's a feeling of being uncertain. It's like how somebody, okay, let's rephrase. I feel like I'm all over the map here. So yes, she could have been butting heads with her father, she could have been in disagreement with her father, whatever they may have had. But this butting of heads, I feel, is with somebody who's closer to her own age, who's also mentally and emotionally, more so mentally manipulating her and putting her in a situation where she really cannot think for herself anymore. She's like so entrusted to that person, or she is being manipulated by that other individual, again a male, I will say a male, to such an extent where it's like voluntarily or involuntarily he is doing all the thinking for her. There, I said it. Does that make sense? Because for a second I was like, how do I phrase it? Okay, moving on. Then you have the fire, and you have the high priestess. So as we know, the high priestess is the Empress. The Empress is all about, it's ruled by Venus, it's the love, it's the emotions, and it's not just love and emotions and la stuff, it's also finances, it's also the finer things in life. I feel like something to do with her ability to, her access to a source that could provide the finer things in life for her. In other words, her finances could be manipulated as well here, her individual finances. So she's 30 years old. I assume she's been working. I assume she has a bank account. I assume she has accumulated some savings. So I feel something like that is also being manipulated, and control has been taken away. Okay, or her access to her finances has been taken away, either forcefully or she has voluntarily given it up. Then moving on, then we have Jupiter, and then we have 5, the Pope, right? Hierophant. So what is the Hierophant? Hierophant is Taurus. It talks about religions, institutions, organizations, rules and regulations. You have to follow the rules. It's an organization. Organization doesn't always have to be like police or church or court or government. Organizations could be like big corporations as well. But in this case, I feel it is part of an expansive organization or a group, okay, that she has somehow gotten entangled with. That's what I feel. I'm telling you, she has gotten entangled with somebody in a group, somebody who belongs to a group. And I feel like that group or that organization is quite expansive, but I feel like they're not in the forefront of society. It's not like ABC Corporation or XYZ Limited or whatever. It's like they're there, everybody knows they're there, but they're not in your face. I'm not looking at the comments, I'm not looking at any of that because I don't want to be distracted, okay? And moving on, we have the the Tower card, and then we have Virgo. Now, what is Virgo, right? Virgo, let's talk about Virgo here for a second. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, right? And the Tower card, think about it, the Tower card is also Mars. So what is Mars? Again, fury, feisty, just like Aries, it's a lot of aggression. Now, she being a Capricorn, and you have Virgo, their sister signs is earth signs, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house. What is the 9th house all about, right? So the 9th house is all about luck, fortune, yes, the Father, the grace of God, if you will, long journeys, innovations, publishing, new beginnings, conclusions, concluding something and new beginnings of something else, publishing. It could mean devotion to a particular thought process, to a particular individual, to a particular way of thinking, and such, right? Almost committed devotion to. So I'm going to say here, I will not be surprised if she has somehow gotten entangled with somebody who has created an illusion of something, stability, and offered her a sense of stability or whatever, and she has wholeheartedly trusted this individual and has been run astray, has been kind of taken advantage of, and she's kind of lost it. But there is a part of her that says that, holy shit, I think I kind of know what's going on, but how do I backtrack? So that's the struggle. And before I go any further, let me just say that this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions, okay? And then after that, we have this one card, which is the Chariot card. And the Chariot card is Cancer, right? And Cancer is ruled by the moon. And she's a Capricorn. Capricorn is earth and Cancer is water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house. So Cancer would be 7th house for her. And what is the 7th house? It talks about ambitions, partners, contracts, relationships, trade, travel, health, among other things. Success or failure of a partnership, recovery or lost property, and things of such nature, among other things, right? So what I'm going to say is, she is trying to find the balance, okay? She is trying to find the balance. She's trying to gather enough strength and organize herself to be able to communicate with somebody, but also keep it in such a way where she's progressing, like moving towards something, but in the same way trying to kind of sort of making it seem like it's voluntary, but it isn't, but also in a way trying to maintain the balance there, but she is not feeling balanced. She feels like it's better to show a sense of, I understand, I'm with you, I'm on the same page with you, just for the sake of maintaining balance. In this case, could be maintaining her own security. I don't think she has kind of sort of walked away on her own, but I also feel she's somehow in a situation where she's caught in a trap or caught in a situation with certain individuals that she cannot get out of. Okay, extract herself. So Lucinda, hi. Some people are just coming and walking in. Letitia, then Marisol. So I'm not going to look at the comments because I'm like, I'll get distracted, okay? I hope you all had a great weekend. I'll take all these cards. King of Swords, Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot pops up again, and the Lovers card. Okay, so interesting. Oh, she has traveled, y'all. She is not here within. She has traveled. Okay, let me see. Ooh, that is very interesting. Oh, I'm getting the chills. Oh, y'all, I am getting the chills. Oh, my goodness. So, with the whoever this person is who she's gone off with, I feel like is a very strategic thinker. This is somebody who is very swift to take action and who is not afraid to take swift action. And I have this, if you can see, because I pull charm. So some people can say that's the Ankh or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, but I do believe with this and with the King of Swords popping up, I do believe this individual who has swayed her or whatever is part of an organization. I'm convinced this individual is part of an organization that once you get into, you cannot get out of. Then you have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is very interesting over here because the Nine of Swords says there is a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of fear, such that you are almost like, you may not physically show it, but mentally and emotionally you are afraid. And I do have this little thing. Yeah, she has definitely, I don't think she's within the, can you all see? The lighting is bad here because I don't have all the other fancy lights on. I do believe she has most certainly either traveled to another country, or I don't think, I know she's from Hawaii, she came to California, or she's supposed to, something happened, she was supposed to go to New York and she vanished or something, whatever. But I do believe, I don't think she's in the country. I don't think she's within the United States. I'd be really surprised if she were. Moving on, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, right? Fancy that. We have the Jupiter, the Hierophant, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune here. And what is the Wheel of Fortune? It talks about power, movement, the constantly turning, changing. So her situation, whenever she went missing or she was last reported seen, her situation, her condition has been changing so rapidly and so fast that as much as she's trying her level best to make it seem like she's cooperating and she's being like, yeah, I want to do this, I genuinely want to do this, you're not forcing me, I'm voluntarily doing this, it's kind of catching up with her. And then we have this infinity cycle symbol. For me, this is infinity, if you can see. I do believe this is a situation that she's going to be caught in. It's the same old story that we hear type of a situation. So I don't think that it's going to be that easy for her to get out of it. Moving on. We have the Virgo, we have the Tower card, and then we have the Chariot right over there. So what is the Chariot card? It's Cancer, and it talks about balancing, having the ability to balance, having the ability to balance your mental, your emotional and physical state such that you can progress and move forward, because if you don't have that balance, you cannot proceed, you cannot progress, right? So also having the protection and the fortitude and the sense to make the appropriate decisions on the fly, on the go, right? But also being in control. Here's the thing. If she had a car, if she had a vehicle, and she had somehow like, I don't know, maybe rented a car or something like that, there would be a situation where the vehicle could have broken down, and there is a situation where the vehicle needed repairs, and she didn't have the wherewithal to have it repaired, or have, I don't know, AAA or whoever come and pick up the vehicle or whatever. So that plays a very, very important role. And we talk this little charm, it's basically a screwdriver. So this tells me that something needs to be fixed, or something needed to be fixed before she was able to go on, right? And remember I said Virgo, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9th house. There is also a relationship, 9th house's father, relationship that needed to be repaired, and unfortunately it could not be repaired, and that's when that relationship with the father disintegrated. But not for lack of trying, on I don't know whose end at the moment, but there was an attempt made by the father also to repair the situation or repair the relationship and to heal the relationship. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Remember I said I had the two chariots. Now this big chariot, right, and this one I just spoke about. Okay, so under that chariot I have the Lover's card, and under the Lover's card I have this little bow. So what is the Lover's card? The Lover's card is a Gemini card. It talks about duality, friendship, choices, decisions that you make, right? It talks about it talks about temperamental being temperamental, having a short attention span, saying that okay, I'm going to commit to this, but within 2 seconds you're swayed and you do something else, which is unfortunate, because Gemini is hang on 1 second, 1 2 3 4 5 6th house. And what is the 6th house? 6th house is again work, health, habits. It talks about friends, it talks about labor, it talks about thieves, talks about having a restless mind, and being also to a certain extent serving others. Okay, but the sad part is I do believe, I wouldn't be surprised if she has gone into a contractual relationship, be it marriage, which I think it is, because here we have this little bow. Can you see it? There you go. And this guy, I think she has ended up going into a marital relationship, a partnership with him, be it voluntarily or not. I think a part of her knows that it is not a safe environment, but she is in a situation where she doesn't know how to get out of it. Rachel Carter, how are you? C says yes. Hi. I think I might have missed somebody. Okay, we have the Princess of Coins, then we have Judgment, followed by the Four of Coins, then we have the Eight of Cups. Oh my God, girl, not a nice situation for Hannah Kobayashi. And then we have the Empress. We have another Empress over here. Ooh. Okay, so with the Princess of Discs, there is a need to take control and to have the take control and have the role of being a provider in some way, shape, or form. And I also feel that what has been pitched to her, and see the discs, right? The coins is a earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. It could be herself. In a way, she holds the key to be able to walk away from this, but then you have the judgment and then you have the princess, but in a way she doesn't want to walk away. It's a really bizarre situation. It's like she wants to be there, she's disappointed because she feels like she's been betrayed or run astray or led astray, and then she's afraid, and then she knows she needs to keep things under check and to keep her wits about her, otherwise she's going to put herself in danger. But she wants to get away, but then again, no, this is fine. What a weird ass situation. And then you have judgment, right? What is judgment? Judgment is Pluto. There are going to be some radical changes happening here, but it's the most bizarre situation. It's like, I don't even understand what's going on with this lady in her head. And then you have the Four of Coins. Four of Coins is hanging on dearly to something, but it's almost like she's hanging on to hope that she can be free. But then in her head she's saying, well, maybe this is not such a bad idea. And then you have the Eight of Cups, and then you have a ring. Feels like she's going to walk away from this situation I feel like she's emotionally checked out of a particular situation. Either like this is showing me a progression of how she feels and thinks in her head. Like literally I'm seeing her mind change, like very volatile, right? She's changing right before my eyes here. And then I don't know when the new moon or the full moon is. We'll hear something about that. Wait, this is November. Heck, oh my God. I have this little calendar. Let me change it. When is the December? I don't know when is the new moon over here. Let me see. I don't even know when the new moon is or full moon is, because I can't tell. It's not telling me that here, is it? And that's, yeah, I don't know. I have to look it up. So wait for the next new moon or the next full moon. Full moon I would, no, I want to say new moon. There's something that's going to come out with regards to this situation. And again, it almost seems like a marital or an agreement, like a contract. I feel like I think it's going to be a situation where she's going to end up marrying this dude, or she's just got married to this dude. And then you have the Empress. Okay, what is the Empress again? It's Venus, it's pregnancy, it's love, it's abundance, it's support, it's this, it's that, all the good stuff, something cooking, waiting for something. Know very well some things are hidden. You got to wait, you got to be patient until the clock turns, and then things will come into fruition. It's in progress, in progress. Something is in the like you put something in the oven, it's progressively cooking towards being fully cooked before you take it out. So it's like, I don't know why I had to explain that, like y'all don't know what that means. I feel like things are progressing, but after a certain point in time, the progress is going to be cut short, is going to be hacked away. So, caramba, what is this going on over here? It's a weird situation, y'all. So, I wonder if she knows of, my first impressions, and okay, very unbalanced, okay. They raised a 43K, oh wow. Yeah, she could be. Well, I don't know about the ex and all that stuff. I don't know, but this is not a nice situation to be in. I mean, like, see, as much as she's obviously an adult, right? And she is clearly, mature enough to know the world as we know it now is crazy. But I am also beginning to think somebody has forced her into a marriage or some whatever, y'all. Or she's kind of like saying, okay, screw it, I'll just get married, or something quite like that. put this back here. Like screw it, I'll just get married, right? Screw it, emotionally detaching and just going through the motions. But also I do feel that wait for the full moon, new moon first, and then the full moon after. That I do believe we will have something significant pop up with regards to. Don't I have the moon calendar? Hang on. Is it on this phone or my other phone? Well, I'm not going to get the other phone now. So I have this app where it tells you all the moon, waning, waxing, whatever kind of thingy. Eight of Pentacles. Ah ha ha. Nine of Swords. Knight of Cups. Y'all, this lady needs to be rescued. She has no idea what the heck she's doing. She thinks she knows what she's doing. She does not realize the situation she's in. It's almost like she's in a daze, she's in a haze. When she wakes up one day, she'll regret this to kingdom come and back. Okay? There's a whole bunch of merriment going on, and then you have the Nine of Swords. I see she goes through the moment of happiness. I'm seeing her mind. She's very unstable emotionally right now. I shouldn't say unstable because I'm not a doctor. I couldn't say that. But emotionally, she's going through the ups and downs. One time it's right, one time it's good. Well, I'm happy, I'm not. I need to get out of here. Oh, why should I? I'm fine. Everything is going fine. Like, very back and forth. She's like literally like feeling weighed down. She's like feeling like this is the end of the world, I can't do it, yada yada yada. And then she's happy and she's celebrating and she's like, yay, whoopee-doo. And then she feels like she's got a little bit of anxiety and a lot of grief and emotional, mental, like she's all up in her head. And then you have the Knight of Cups who walks in and says, hey babe, don't worry about it, everything is going to be fine. And then she's like, okay, like literally hanging on for dear life. And like she kind of leans into that emotional, don't worry, everything is going to be fine. Like she buys into it. And then I do believe, I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if she's being drugged also. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. This is not a nice situation, y'all. This is not a nice situation. I don't know what to say about this young lady. She is not she is not in a good situation. G as in George, I as in ice, A as in alpha. I have the Aries pop up again. Y'all, whoever this guy is, G as in George, I as in ice, A as in alpha, Aries, and then who we have here? Aquarius here. Yeah, he has a group of friends who's helping him. For one more. And H as in Harry. George, Ice, Alpha, Harry. This fellow has a group of people who's helping him, or his buddies who are helping him. There's something very off with this situation. Something very off. I also feel like she could have been manipulated to say, don't tell them where you are, or don't tell them where they're going, or they'll never let you be happy, and forced her to create a story or a narrative to say this, that, or the other also, to throw somebody off track. That's a high possibility of that. Okay, let's be done with this, and then we'll get to more. Okay, that goes there, correct? Did I burn? Yeah, I put them in the right one. Okay. Okay. Uh, oh, don't fall. Um, what? Wait, what? Just now I'm reading the comments here. Wait, what? Her dad killed himself. No way. Yeah, I'm not buying that. No, I'm not buying that. This is an old story. What? Okay, now let's read about Ryan Kobayashi. Is her father correct? So let's take a quick look at Ryan Kobayashi. Okay. I will say though, I believe her father kind of sort of has, before I even draw the cards, I feel like Ryan Kobayashi has the sixth house. Okay, I don't know his date of birth, I just did some numerology, whatever, and in my opinion, it talks about being very mentally a little bit restless, worries, a lot of worries, some legal situations, trying to get some legal something, get some legal help. I do believe he kind of had a hint of who she was associating with, and he did not like it because he had done some research on that person or investigation or whatever, and he didn't like it, and he had warned her about it, and somehow, or warned somebody else saying that I don't like what she's doing, and that person must have relayed the message to her if he was not in direct communication with her. And I do believe the father had a weird feeling that that's where this was heading, and tried to stop her, and he couldn't, and there's regret that I see the writing on the wall, and I couldn't do anything to stop her. We have water. And then we have Virgo. The one Gemini. Okay. Let's see what else comes through. Again, water. Emotions. 6 emotions. 33, 6. Man, this man tried, This man tried very hard to dissuade her or stop her or put an end to the alliance or association. I'll tell you, this man tried. Ties. Temperance. I'll tell you, this man really tried. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he tried his very, because he kind of sort of felt that, okay, this was like a control type of a situation. I feel like he either just wisdom and age kind of knew, or kind of has witnessed something in the past, or somehow something has been brought to his attention with regards to this guy who was definitely kind of manipulating Hannah. And he saw the writing on the wall, and he's like, he's done this to somebody else, he's doing it to my daughter, and I can see the writing on the wall, but she won't listen. Or if he was not in direct communication with Hannah, he might have tried to send messages to her saying that, hey, be careful or whatever. So there's a regret of, I didn't do enough, I should have gone all out, I should have actually really gone the legal way to stop it. But then you have 15 over here, which shows up, right, which is a devil card, which is Capricorn. It says emotionally he had to kind of take a step back a couple of times and say, I have to let go of my emotions, because she's no more a child, she's an adult, she can make up her. So it's very difficult as a father. I can see him sitting there saying that at some point in time I had to let her make her own decisions, but he regrets doing that because she's still his little girl. Do you get what I'm saying? There was difficulty in letting go of the, you know how as parents they hang on to their kids. We do it too. I mean, I have adult children. I'm always worried about them, even though they're grown men. You know, I'm always, because they're always our children, right? We know they're grown, they're adults and yada yada and all that, but to us they're still children. We still have an innate need to protect our kids, right? It's universal. It's human nature. So there's a lot of emotions about letting go of that, and he finds it very difficult, or he did. Then we have Virgo, which is again the 6th house. Kali, this is a tough situation, man. So for a brief period of time, it almost feels like he had to literally sit on his hands, and he wasn't very appreciative of the fact that my hands are tied behind my back, I cannot do anything about it. And he did try to communicate, because you have Virgo, and then you have Gemini, which is also ruled by Mercury. Both are ruled by Mercury. And then you have the Hangman and the Temperance. So it's like so difficult to have to sit on my hands and not do anything about it, or can't do anything about it, when my mind is going 1,000 miles an hour and I know I have to do something, and it was so difficult to find the balance. What is temperance? Temperance talks about finding the balance or lack of balance, right? Lack of the ability to be balanced, to have a balanced approach. What the hell is this thing showing now? Close. Oh, in the middle of my life, this YouTube annoys me about freaking ads. So with Gemini there, and see, Hannah is a Capricorn, so let's see, 1 6, so 6th house and 9th house again. So Gemini is a 6th house. What is her 6th house? The same thing, legality. 6th house does talk about thieves, it talks about enemies, it talks about doctoring. It also talks about doctoring friends or friendships or relationships, meaning doctoring, meaning purposefully introducing you to a certain individual and say, hey, I'm your friend, I'm introducing you to this other individual, so who is my friend, so by default we're all friends. So planting certain people strategically in your life at certain times to kind of doctor a friendship, or where it really isn't a friendship. Am I making any sense? See, but okay, there's a odd freaking thing here, y'all, and again, let me say, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions, and these are allegedly. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions. So the 6th house also does talk about maternal uncle. Okay, now again, that is per astrology. I'm not blaming anybody, or I'm not accusing anybody. This is entertainment. These are my observations and my opinions. This is allegedly. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. So I wonder if somebody who she could have considered to be her go-to person, because she butted heads with her dad, but somebody the same age as around her dad, who she would have been a little bit more closer to. I wonder what that connection is. So I wonder if that individual has any insights about what's going on, right? Hi, Auntie. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you here. I'm not sure, but they said she was connected to a cult type of religion on her Facebook. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, you know what? That actually came out in the cards. Remember? Hold on, Anne. Hold on. Okay, now let me do this. Let's do this. I'm reading for Ryan Kobayashi, her dad. Two of Cups, then we have the 3 of Coins, then the 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords, Futility, and the Queen of Discs. Very sad. It's very unfortunate for this guy. Y'all, I will tell you that he felt like, as a father, okay, 2 of Cups. So 2 of Cups is love between two individuals, right? It could be emotional bonding of two individuals. It doesn't have to always be like intimate partners, right? But here I feel like he felt that he held the key, or the one thing that could unlock in her mind what was the draw for her to follow this individual or follow the path. Do you understand? And 3 of Discs tells me that he was definitely working towards being able to resolve that, But there's also manipulation of funds over here. I'm going to say on her side. He was also concerned about that. Like somebody somebody telling you how to spend your money and basically enjoying life on your dime. Five of Wands. Absolutely, there was a fight. There was definitely an argument. There was definitely, he felt there was a great need for him to. There has been a tussle, y'all. I will tell you, however, he died. I will set that aside, which is very unfortunate. But he did have a physical altercation and a struggle with somebody. But it was futile. And then you have the Queen of Coins, who has the key. So in all honesty, his wife, I would say, would kind of, if she were, I'm not saying she's hiding anything, that's not what I'm saying. If she were to go back and think about some conversations they might have had, she would remember something that, and say, oh my God, I almost forgot about it. And that could help solve this. Do you get what I mean? Again, this is allegedly, my observations, my opinions. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, okay? I feel like she is missing something that she might have overheard or witnessed in a conversation, in a setting, a group setting, and she's like, if she, and she's it's not even in the vicinity of her thought process at the moment. But you know how when you go to the cops or what, not like we see on TV, right? They if you remember anything, call us back type of stuff. I feel like if she really thinks about, obviously imagine the stress the lady's under. Her husband died, her daughter's missing, her husband went looking for the daughter, next thing you know the husband's dead. I mean, like, that's like another level of trauma. So my heart goes out to her and her family and stuff. So I truly hope Hannah is safe. I really want her to be safe. But I feel like something that might have transpired in the past, a conversation, a meeting, a fleeting glance at somebody or something. They're sitting at a restaurant having lunch, and she gets up and she says, Mom, I see a friend, I'm just going to go say hi, I'll be right back. And she goes, little things like that. Something is hanging around in the recesses of her brain. And if she recollects that, I think that'll bring to light something very crucial. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I blocked it. Woo! Where's my cards? So that's what I feel. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible case, y'all. So let's see. I'm going to go back to LA, but they were broken up already. Wait. Whoa. Okay, Joan is here. Joan Harkin, good to see you. You know exactly what happened. Okay. Oh, her ex was on the plane with her while she was coming to California? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, that sucks, dude. It's like, dude, I mean, just because y'all are not together doesn't mean that you should just like that stop, So clearly he didn't care for her from the very beginning, because if he had any feelings for her, he would have said, okay, it doesn't matter. I know we're broken up, but I want to make sure you get home safe type of thing, right? And he stayed there to go to New York. He wouldn't know. Okay, whatever. I don't know. They bought the tickets when they were still together. Oh, I don't know what's going on, y'all. Oh, Auntie, I was going to say, I saw, let me see if I can pull out those cards. I had some cards over here that popped up when I was reading for Hannah, where I said that the guy she was with seems like he's part of an organization, and he is the, he's got a pretty good position over there to me. Well, I can't find the cards, but I actually said that. So that kind of ties in with what Auntie is saying. So yeah, this was a pretty short, really, let's just say, so my ex that was found in the creek 7 months ago, we just had another guy end up in a what? In the creek. Whoa, okay. That's. Oh, Rachel, no way. What the heck? Oh my goodness, Rachel, sorry for your loss. Holy moly. Another guy in the creek? Oh my god, so what the hell's going on over there? Okay, y'all, let's keep focused. I'm sorry, Rachel, for your loss. I mean, that's a terrible thing. And I also feel really sorry for Hannah's family. I mean, this is crazy. Any questions with regards to this reading? If not, I'll shut it down because I really wanted to do a very quick reading about this. I'm sure a lot of you will be saying, can do a reading on Kyla's dad. Oh, shoot. Oh. I can do a reading, but not at this time. I will absolutely do a reading for Rachel. Rachel, you can reach out to me via email and I'll do a reading for you like privately. And no, you don't have to pay or anything like that. But I don't want to do it at this moment. Okay? So, absolutely I will do a reading for her. Pushed off the garage? What? I'm going to oh, thank you, Delvin. No. Well, think about it. If he's come to look for his daughter, like, why would he jump off the garage and commit suicide, right? He'd be all gung-ho about finding, unless he heard something or somebody communicated something with him and he was so bereft that he did, right? Whoa, okay. See, it's the funniest thing. I feel like he did jump off the garage himself, but then he didn't. Okay, so then you may say, well, you're being a cat on the wall. I feel like something was communicated to him, okay? And I do believe that something was communicated to him that kind of pushed him over the edge. So Mars and Pluto, and then you have Aquarius here, which is Saturn and Uranus. Y'all, I do believe so. Okay, hang on one second. So 17, 7th house. I'm going to say, and then the decision was made. I'm going to say something was communicated to him. I don't know what they found. He must have got a phone call, a text message, or somebody caught up with him in the garage and must have confronted him and said something to him, or something. I don't know what the security cameras say. Something was communicated to him that pushed him over the edge, emotionally and mentally. So that, I don't know, if that could have been the reason why he was so bereft and he kind of lost his whatever, and fell off the balcony, or there was something, how they have all kinds of these drugs or whatever the heck, where they walk by and they blow something on you, or it kind of makes you dizzy or whatever, or somebody walks by and jabs something in you, and the next thing you know, you're trying to get away from it, and then you tip over the hedge. I feel like it's a situation like that. I am now getting the EBGBs actually, so I don't know. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, is that what it is? Is the law enforcement saying they don't want to be involved in this? So then maybe the law enforcement knows and has proof that she went somewhere of her own free will. See, you can appear to be like you're in control of yourself, but like in cameras and whatever, but that doesn't mean that you are in total control of yourself. There are a lot of mind altering drugs and that sort of stuff. So, well, yeah, 7. I got the 7, so 7 stories. That makes sense. Let's see what this is. This is Page of Wands. Oh my word. Page. So it does take energy, it does take momentum and energy for something to happen, correct? So I do believe that either something was, I'm going to stick to something was communicated to him personally. Somebody walking by said, hey man, hey Ryan, whatever, FYI, yada yada, whatever, and he must have been like completely out of it and so heartbroken and lost his balance walking around and just jumped off. Or something was like I said earlier, I won't go through this. I won't go through this. I'll just let it be. No, I'm not going to repeat myself. Basically, she went on her own free will. She's 30 years old and they are respecting her private. Well, law enforcement can only do so much, correct? So, but if does she know her father has passed? And if she does, like, will she come back of her own free will? Or maybe she does know and she cannot come back of her own free will. So I don't know about this, y'all. I'm not so sure about this. No, yeah, this is a really funky situation. I don't know. She was seen entering Mexico's port of entry with her bags. How did she get there? How did she get to Mexico? Like, what did she walk? Did she fly? Did she run? Did she, you know what I mean, right? So she was seen entering with her bags. Okay. So from Los Angeles to the Mexico border is a distance. I know because I'm from Southern California, where if you are in what do you call Chula Vista or Oceanside or wherever, you're a little bit closer to the border. So that's a different thing. But camera saw her. Oh wow. Well, if she sees this video, I hope she realizes that, whatever her situation is, we are praying for a safe return. Well, we are praying for her safety. Let's just put it that way. To be her or someone that looks a lot like her. Some cameras are so bad. Yeah, she paid cash. So, but I wonder, remember I said that monetarily somebody might have been using her, or maybe she voluntarily gave the money. I don't know. That's what I feel. She had a passport, so she's planned it. Well, if she is doing well, and it mentioned that, wait, the officials mentioned that is why they called off. Okay, so maybe she left out of own free will, and she just to get away from it all. If that's the case, I hope she's fine. I hope she does well. I hope she recovers from her whatever her situation is, and she chills and she comes back. But the very fact that, okay, if that's the case, if she left of her own free will, I have a question. Why? What was it? And if her father committed suicide, what happened that the father had a need to commit suicide, right? But if she was manipulated, then if she sees this, I hope she realizes, we are sending her good wishes. Either way, whether she's went there voluntarily or we are hoping that she's safe, and we continue to pray for her safety. But really, her family, I feel terrible for them. I mean, it's a terrible thing. So, y'all, this has been a real quick one. I don't want to be continuing this for much longer. I just thought I'll get on here and do this. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and appreciate y'all, and wish y'all I'm trying to type as I speak. How much fun is that? So enjoy your Christmas shopping craziness that goes on in the malls and the shopping malls. It's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, it's that time of the year, right? So thank you, everybody. Marisol, C, Melvin, Auntie, then who has Joan Harkin, Rachel Carter, then Sherilyn, then who else? Who else? That's it? That's it? We had only that many people here today? What? No way. Who else? Courtney, Queen of Cups, L.A. Renard. Oh, absolutely. My pleasure, L.A. Letitia. L.A., are you new here? If you are, welcome. If you're not new here, I'm sorry that I didn't recognize you right off the bat. But thank you for being here, everybody. I'm trying to see, did I miss anybody's name? This C. Okay, then. Okay. Yeah, we're going, and the messages went, y'all. Denise, hi Denise, how are you doing? So thank you, everybody, for being. Elena, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. It's the craziest thing. I mean, Lucinda, hi Lucinda. And then we had somebody else. I'll tell you, wait. Oh my God, am I missing her name? Courtney. I'm missing Angie's, hello. But I'm missing somebody's name here. And I apologize. I just wanted to say, the other day I did a live about something. Who did I do a live on? And then, oh my God, Ali, oh my God, I don't know how to say her name. And she says, oh, my 21st birthday is coming up in February. And I'm like, oh my God, it just seems like yesterday you were like 17 turning 18, So it's good to see y'all. Carla Bergeron, good to see you. Yes, there is footage of her crossing the. Oh wow! See, I don't know about all that, y'all. So thank you so much, y'all. I'm gonna 10-4 right now. Otherwise, we'll keep at it, and then I won't have time to do my other stuff. I do so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And if I haven't mentioned your name, it's nothing personal. I just skipped it. I do apologize if I have. Please give me a thumbs up. Spread the word around. If you have any requests for any other cases, let me know. And Rachel, send me an email. I'll do a reading for you about that, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day or rest of the week. Be happy, be safe, and be healthy. Bye, everybody.